There we go. Much better. All right, cool. Good. Good to see everyone. Good to see you. All right. Hello, everyone. Whenever, welcome to episode 105. My name is Paige, where we give you positive insight into a world of collecting in a very chill and relaxed atmosphere. I say we because I have two of my homies here. MC, NCC, the one who knows, and no name,
I,
nothing special.
it's
Nothing
been beat out of
special.
me today. Well,
He took a week off.
Yeah. This is good. How's everyone doing tonight? Good.
Good, man. How you doing?
Yeah, doing okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was outside cutting some hedges, and it went a little wild. So it's all gone. But just like your feelings when they get hurt, give it a little time and they'll grow back. So yeah, we're good. How's everyone doing tonight? Good to see you guys, man. Happy you guys are here, bro. I'll get a couple people in and then we'll start. Show foreplay. What do you guys got? Anything major this week? Anything happen? News noteworthy with you guys at all?
Shipping my pile of loot. That was
Mhm.
big. I think I let that get up as big as I was willing to let it get up. So that's on the way. Of course, no sooner do I do that than my Mythic Legions show up. So now the pile of loot is starting to accumulate again already before this box even gets here. The stuff's coming in hot and heavy, man. These companies are showing no signs of slowing down. It's coming in hot and heavy.
Yeah, no, man. Did you see that Mythic Legions? I think I sent it to you guys in the chat. It's that builder. Has like 4 different heads. I didn't even know it existed until somebody showed it to me.
Yeah, that's the video game one.
Yeah. I was like, oh crap, this is awesome, man. I mean, I pre-ordered. People were dropping that junk like flies. It said sold out, and then all of a sudden it would fill up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sell out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sell out.
They were pretty expensive, man. I mean, I don't know what they were as far as if you did it through the Kickstarter, but the retail price is pretty expensive. They're like $75 a figure. So
I didn't even know anything about them, man. Somebody pointed it out to me, and I'm like, oh, that would be great with Conan. And so I was like, oh, maybe we'll do that. What about you, MC? Oh, yeah. Did you?
I did, man, because I've got so many Legions that I haven't even thought about opening. I mean, they're still in the box that they came in, not just a package, but still in the brown box. I mean, anytime you start having stuff like that accumulate, why keep buying?
Mm-hmm. That's true. That's very true. MC, MC, what about you? Anything major?
I got shipping notification from Gridiron Studios today.
Oh, for
our favorite adventurer pack.
Alan Quarterman?
The Indiana Jones set.
Oh, yeah. That thing looks good. I've seen a couple people putting that on there.
Yeah. And then the Ghost Pink Skull shirt shipped as well today.
Yeah,
I got that thing. I ordered that like a year ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. People complain about a figure being taken forever to be made. T-shirts taking a year to get screen printed. So come on that.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I guess we can start real quick because there's a reason why. And so there's 7 people here right now. 7. And I appreciate all 7 of you. So much so that I need you to do me a favor. And the 7 people that are in here right now, what I need for you to do, 7 people, is I need you to just
indecent proposal.
Yeah, no, right? This is the we're still within 7 minutes, so it can't get crazy or anything. Yeah. He's like, oh, he stood up. But really quick, the 7 people that are in here right now, do me a favor. All you have to do is type your name really quick in the comments. So we'll only take a couple of seconds for that, but I guarantee you'll want to do it. So 7 people that are in here right now, all you have to do is type in your name because all I can see is that there's 7 people. I don't know which 7. So do me a favor really quick and let me know. So I got Boba. I got who else?
Cory.
Yeah.
Philip. Yeah. Can you back me up too on this just in case? Philip the Fool. We got Dom's in here. Cory, sorry, you don't count.
Joey Robinson.
Dan, and if you don't feel like using your real name, that's cool. I'll just go by what your name is. But I got Dan Latham. I am going to take all of these names and give them to the IRS and make sure that they honor you. Just kidding.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's it, right? Philip?
Dan Latham?
Yep, I got Dan. I got Boba, Philip, Dom, Dan Latham. Who else? Joey. Let me get Joey on here.
Mm-hmm.
Joey. And who else? Is that it?
Boba?
I got Boba. And let's get Rojo in there.
Rojo, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So we got Rojo. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. All right. Close this out in 10 seconds. 29, 28. Just kidding. Really quick, if you're in here, just type your name. I'm not flashing it up. I just need to know who's there because I see that there's 12 people. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
KJ?
Where's KJ at?
He just said, "What's up, peeps?" Come on, KJ. Name quick.
We'll put KJ on there. All right. So that's done. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. We'll explain it here in a second. So I got the names for that. We'll do that. Boom. Save that for later. All right. So we're going to start the show. This is episode 105 of the Hangout. First segment is I would like to take some time and I would like to say thank you before we start any of this. I say this privately to you guys all the time. Well, you two guys that are with me right now. I say it privately to you guys all the time, but I want to say thank you very much. I appreciate you guys taking the time out to be here for the show. I'm talking to you guys, two MCs. They're like, what? But yeah, two Corys, I appreciate you guys so much. I know we talk about this off the board, but I appreciate you taking time out of your schedule just to hang out here, be with me, talk toys, have fun, keep things positive. I can't tell you how much it means to me to know that this part of my week is hanging out with you guys and we spend it just talking and having a good time. And most importantly, your friendship, man. I know we talk all day, every day. And at certain times, man, I appreciate it. So I just wanted to tell you guys, thank you so much. I appreciate it, man.
We appreciate you, man.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Good. Now that we got that sappy shit out of the way. All right. Let's play a game. Now, I already have the list here. But tonight, if you just came into the show right now, tonight the focus is on engagement. I know that we all talk, or mainly me, talk a lot through the show. And so I always want you guys to feel like you guys are part of the show as well. So during the show, especially this one, please make sure you comment. Obviously, well, you know, it's a different type of show. We're trying to keep things positive, trying to keep things light. So your positive energy, positive comments, that's what we're looking for. Even constructive criticism, hit that in the comments and stuff like that. But there's a reason why, and I'll explain it to you at the end. So this is the game tonight.
No fat jokes. No
fat jokes. You can do whatever kind of jokes you want to do. Just don't kill my sales. Inside joke. Yeah. But yeah,
part of one of those.
I know, like one day. But yeah, tonight, keep it engaging. I'll make sure I throw you guys' comments up and stuff like that. So please, like I said, we're gonna be talking about different subjects. You know, just share your thoughts. I want to make sure that everybody's part of this stuff too. All right. You guys got anything before we start?
No, sir.
No? All right. So, really quick, because I was late as always, right? As always. But had some pretty good stuff happen this week. The outside of like Mezco stuff, did you guys have anything that you guys kind of like it just kind of hit you in the week during this week at all? Anything major?
What was the indie reveals? Was that this week? Was that last week? These weeks are starting to come so fast.
That's what she said.
That was last week, wasn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
That's also what she said.
Yeah.
I pre-ordered R5 today, Vintage Collection R5. And
that went up today?
Black Series R5 that dropped today.
I need that one and the Boba Fett.
Yeah, you do. I'll send you the Amazon links if you want.
Yeah. Did you guys hear anything about this? I keep covering up the face, man. One day. Did you guys just know the collections? Monk Wu, if I mispronounce this stuff, I apologize. Monk Wukong, Master Yan. Do you guys know anything about these figures? I do not know anything about those figures.
I'll have mine Friday.
I have one from Boba. I don't know which one it is. Boba, do you remember which one you sent me? I can't remember what the name is.
Well, please speak on it.
I'll grab it real quick. I know that.
What did you do? Send you that with that killer diorama you had?
One of the dioramas. It was like included. It's so crazy. Like he just like, hey, here's a figure also. I mean, you know, when you buy like 7 dioramas from him, you know.
What?
Just kidding. That was like a Tuesday for him.
What?
So how do you like him? You like it?
He's really nice. Like he's got great articulation. It's a cool looking figure. Here's the. Let me take the mask off. The mask is cool because it's got like one of those like shot cord, you know, like stretchy cord to hold it on. But I haven't done much with them yet. I need to.
Oh, nice. Nice stuff. That looks good, man.
Yeah.
And you're enjoying it? Because I saw, that's not the 3-pack, right? I saw a 3-pack. Is that the 3-pack?
It's just a single figure from the but yeah, there is a 3-pack. I just didn't know what their names were. Cory, you ordered, right?
I do. I believe the 3-pack is the deluxe set, I believe.
Smart man, Rojo.
Yeah, I've seen those, like people putting those up and everything. They look cool. I went to Target today too. I saw a couple people said that I couldn't find any of those Jada Toys Street Fighter figures, but you know. All right, let's put that on pause real quick. So we do have our news and notes really quick. News and notes. I already did that. I already did Let's Play Game. So I had somebody message me.
NC-17.
Yeah, I know, right? It kind of goes with the subject. But I had somebody message me and said, hey, what's up with the sex jokes? And I was like, well, they're not really sex jokes because of the personal conversation that we have offline people aren't privy to. So you might hear us talking about laying pipe and other kind of stuff like that. This is what we are referring to.
On a daily basis?
On a daily basis, yeah, especially for me, right? So when you hear like that kind of stuff, so you guys are now part of the inside joke. So my neighbors, really quick, on all sides, they have trees. And the trees the roots are growing through my yard, tearing up said pipe. And they're also, you know, cracking the foundation of my pool, right? Oh, my pool. Poor Paige.
I know.
I know, right? Oh. But so I know. So I've been digging these roots up and replacing the pipe. So hopefully now that kind of clarifies. This person wasn't really, you know, mean about it or anything. They were just like, why do you keep talking about that? So now you guys know.
By replacing, he means laying it in the ground. He's laying pipe.
It all comes full circle. So yeah, I just wanted to clarify that. Okay. The next piece of news that we have is from Matthew Rodden, and he is the Toy Bomb. Good guy, good seller. I went to Toy Fair with him, man. That was a lot of fun. But Matthew Rodden, let me zoom in here for you on this one. So he sent this out. He was sending out just some charging notifications. And one of the things that he also mentioned is that through the grapevine, he heard that we're going to be getting 2 more figures. Destro and Halloween. Those are licensed figures, aren't they?
So weird.
Yeah. Are we ever going to get any more IP figures? Because they just make licensed figures all the time.
That's the opposite argument I usually do.
Yeah. But it's nice because they're in the lead, man. That this will push them, I think, close to like 5 or 7 over. So, but just so you guys know, Ultraman is shipping out right now. Some people have it in hand, but the next 2 that are on the docket, according to Matthew, is Destro and Michael Myers. So if you have any of those, kind of get ready. Did you guys pick? Are we all in on the Joe line or no? You guys got Destro or no?
Yes.
100% in on that line.
Yes.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
I feel like it brings me one step closer to Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
It's all building up towards that moment.
Yeah. I am building a secret bunker, yeah. I do need places to put the boxes and everything. Anybody know where to pre-order? Philip, are you talking about the pre-order for Destro and Michael Myers currently? Is that what you are talking about? Yeah.
I think you're talking about the 112 figures warrior, aka Darth Maul, I think.
Oh, that one I don't know. I saw that one, but I
haven't seen that one.
It looks pretty cool. I don't know if I can.
I'm trying to Google it now.
Give me just a second. I'll pull it up. But yeah, I've seen that, and we'll probably be able to also tell you where it is really quick. Am I still sharing? I am sharing. Give me just a second, because this show is for the people.
It's the people show.
Now I'm going into the other group secretly.
It's the dark web. Don't let them lie to you.
Yeah. Sometimes. Yeah, it's not coming up. But yeah, there's a Darth Maul. Looks pretty good.
Somebody hit us with a link.
I have.
You guys brought it up.
Yeah.
You're supposed to have links ready when you bring up that kind of stuff. I want to see it.
Yeah, he messaged me. Cool.
I'm a sucker for a Star Wars figure.
Yeah, I appreciate this guy. He might just message me. But my internet is pretty terrible. And so it's not wanting to come up. Maybe if I close all this other stuff, tax return.
You may have to lay some new cable with that pipe.
I know. Did you guys do your taxes? This past time, right?
It was due yesterday.
Yeah, no. Link is here. And I'm scrolling and I don't see the link. Yeah, that's how horrible my internet is right now. So, all right. I'm going through the group right now to look at the other one, but Flaming Head, Ramen Toys. It's never.
Are you looking in the group that says it would be like a good figure for something?
Yeah, I'm in the other one, but I can't find the. Somebody posted it.
Good figure for the Rumble Society.
Is it up for pre-order already, or is it just kind of a?
Got it. So here you go. This is what you're looking for, correct?
Oh, wow. Holy shit. Stuff.
Yeah.
Did we make it? Oh, 18 minutes. We're good.
Yeah. So this is from Play 112. So I guess if you want, you can
I've never heard
look them. I have not either, but this is the Black Warrior. I love the get around names that they put for some of these things.
Clearly, we know who it is based on likeness. Dang. How much does this guy go for?
I don't know. Because this is all kind of.
That sculpt is pretty good.
It is very
Malaysian dollars 330. I don't know how much that is. What's the ratio of Malaysia to US?
I don't know. I need to know what that is in rubles.
30 billion rubles.
Yeah, he's using the Force.
Dude,
it looks really good, man. I'm wondering like how the articulation is and
the joints, and
that's a slippery slope right there.
It is. Look at that. So he's got like you can see there.
Soft, good Star Wars. I don't know if I even want to step through that door.
Thank you, Michael. Michael just messaged me and said that it is 85 in US dollars, or
that's
maybe
it.
Or maybe it's 85 in rubles. He did not specify. Look at that cloak.
Snowden's still sending you money?
This looks cool, man. I wonder how deep they'll go.
Where's everybody ordering from? Like what? I've seen these obscure websites. Toyz Metaverse.
Golly, they got a lot of photos, don't they? All right, well, there you go.
That.
And front and back, everything looks like he's pretty agile. Yeah, so if you're into Star Wars, maybe if this goes over well, maybe they'll keep going.
I like that cloak he's got too. That
Michael, let me put you down here, buddy. MVP status that you're doing here. Michael, you are on the list, sir. You just made the list. Michael P.
Looks like both are sold. He ordered 2.
Yeah.
Add to cart.
So, yeah. So on the fly, there you go. Information was shared for you, buddy.
5K Toys going there now. Look at there.
That's pretty good.
Insta.
Pretty good.
Corey, how many you ordering?
Not very happy.
I know. I saw some guy say he wanted an army build it or something like that. I was like, what? I know. I was like, what? But I get it. I went a little bit hard on that shadow today, so I get it. When you got a favorite character.
How many did you buy?
How many did I buy?
Man, it's like asking a man how much money he makes.
We'll talk about it in a thing. We'll talk about it there. Yeah, it's good stuff.
It's a limit of 6 per account. I know you got 4 of them.
Well, yeah. Well,
24.
This is why I said I enjoy talking to you guys, because I can feel like if I tell you how many I bought, you'll say, "Oh, good job, Paige. Good job." You'll say, "We support you."
Actually, what we'll say is that all. As usually we say, is that all?
Yeah.
Is that enough? Are you sure that's enough?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I have fat fingers. People laughed at me, but I have fat fingers for Ghost Rider. And when I got them, I'm like, oh crap, I didn't remember ordering this many. And then I also ordered from a private seller. And so that kind of made it worse. I'm like, I got to get rid of these because I don't need this many.
You had a biker gang.
I know. I was like, there's only so much you could do, right? So, and MC's going to be keeping track of some names, and we'll throw some names. So if you don't mind doing that, sir, I'd appreciate it. Just, you could go ahead and pick people that you like.
People I like everybody.
Well, people who are participating, being positive.
Got it.
Yeah. And this is not some kind of retention gag or anything like that. This is just you'll see why at the end. All right, so it looks good, dude. There's got to be another window that you can use where you don't block. Whoa, that's a little bit much. How about that?
Super zoom.
Yeah, you just can't see this thing. Camera 1, camera 2. No, so we're gonna skip this. Do this, and then look at this. Nope, it's this one. So this one. Good. I got it. We're learning on the fly. All right. So going back really quick, take this down. And then we'll do this. So really quick. Again, Ultraman. That shipping. Next thing we get is Destro. So these photos right here are courtesy of D Amazing.
Who?
I think D Amazing. We've heard of this guy.
Never heard
Good
of him.
guy. He's a good guy. But he, I guess he was able to get his, and right now, besides the stuff that we saw at SDCC, this is what we have right now. He kind of just showcased the lights, showcased how it could be posed. I think one of the things that he said in his post was it does get a little bunchy in some of the joints. He said that he wasn't really worried about it. He said the material was cool. But yeah, this is your first in-hand look at images, and he also included this to show you that there is an ab crunch. I know that's usually a concern with some collectors. So, not the game. All right. Make sure to put that.
I'm sending you some messages of names that I'm keeping track of.
That's cool.
Through the private channels.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, sir. All right. Next segment. All right. So our first.
Sorry. I'm just going to reply to Rojo in the chat.
Our first topic is don't get too PO'd. And you guys have mentioned this. This is really good. Oh, and of course, along with Ultraman, we also had the pre-order, the Shadow, but we'll talk about that a little bit later. And you guys, this is one of the topics you guys mentioned, and I was like, wow, this is a really great topic. It was it this one or was it the other one? I think it was the perfect figure, right? In this one, right? Pre-ordering or no? No, it was the garage. This was mine. All right. So this is the importance of pre-ordering. This is something I wanted to talk to you about because I see this in the group a couple times. And you know how we see the standard stuff of I'm not pre-ordering anything else until they release stuff. I'm not pre-ordering from Mezco ever again. And this pre-order, not Ultraman, but the Shadow went up, and everybody was kind of like talking about that and saying that, oh, it's an exclusive. And so that I was wondering about this. So I know it really depends on the line and then also the company. But how important do you guys think pre-ordering is nowadays?
I think it's everything.
Expand. Like how much? Like what?
I don't like to pay secondary market prices, and you can always sell it for retail at a minimum. You know, like, and I never go out and scalp anybody or anything like that. Like if I have something I end up I don't want, I'll just sell it to somebody at retail or trade it away or something. Honestly, I don't know. I'd rather have it instead of missing out and paying that late tax.
Yeah. I know it depends on the lines and stuff like that. Like I said, because I remember Mezco, it's if you didn't pre-order, you were done. You know, you're going to be paying aftermarket. It's not as bad as what it used to be. But it does seem like it just depends on like what line and then what you're actually trying to get. Because I've seen some of these lines where Indiana Jones, that's a good one. Because because then you see some of those and you're like, where are these even coming from? And so, what do you think, CC? What do you think?
Yeah, as far as for me with the pre-ordering, like the things that I know I definitely want or have to have, like it's just an automatic pre-order because, like I said, I'm not willing to gamble. Now, when there are those things that I'm kind of on the fence about, sometimes I just won't, and I'll play the game, and that's kind of the way I guess I'll save. Because if I can't get it, then I'm willing to live without not having it.
Right.
But if it's something I feel like I gotta have, because like MC said, I'm definitely not paying secondary market price for a lot of these things when they're successful. Seemed like Indiana Jones is kind of one of those things. I think when they first announced the line and the pre-orders, I don't think people went that heavy thinking they would just pick it up on the shelf. But it seemed like retailers didn't order that heavy because there wasn't a lot of support. So now everyone's scrambling trying to find them. So you run a lot of risk, and sometimes you just have to be willing to miss out if you're not willing to do it.
This guy, case in point, 5K Toys Ninja Turtle.
Don't do it to me.
Sorry, I don't dick like that.
Just rubbing it in.
$60 or $70 on pre-order, and it's $300 on eBay right now.
Yeah.
I couldn't see that one. Could you put it in a box and send it to me? I couldn't.
Take a good look and see if it's worth you throwing that kind of money at it. I got you, buddy.
Man. That dropped down as cheap as about 150 is what I see them going for. The hype's starting to slow down a little bit, but I'm hoping they do a second batch on that one. They got to, don't they?
Yeah, they usually 5K is good about that.
Yeah, they got to do a second batch.
Well, you bring up a good point too, because one of the things that's also important about it, I don't think a lot of people realize, and we kind of talked about it before, it's a metric how companies use to gauge interest. But then also not only just with that production run, but with a line in general. So you know how you see some people say, well, I'm not going to pre-order this at all. And it's not to try to force people into pre-ordering something, because if you don't like something, you just don't like it. But I know a lot of people say, well, I'm just going to hold off and I'm not going to pre-order anything at all, period. And I guess it just depends on what kind of message you're trying to send. I've seen a lot of people say, to go with what you said, I'm not going to pre-order anything. I'm just going to wait until it hits. And so that's how everything comes back. Because if you're not pre-ordering, they say, okay, well, we only need to make 5,000 of these. And now later on, a year down the road, you're trying to get it, and then you run into this 5K situation where like guys are like it's limited, so and the demand is there.
Yeah.
And so it's a slippery slope. And I know it's kind of hard because, especially with some of the companies, because you can't project what you're going to do out in a year, right? So, do you guys think that? Do you think the system is outdated? Do you think that there's a better way to do it? CC, what do you think?
Wow. I mean, if somebody had a better way, I'd love to know. I think, in my opinion, this is kind of the best way to do it in order to satisfy demand.
Mm-hmm.
We've all kind of been collectors in lines where, you didn't wait for pre-orders, but like the quantities were very limited. And then sometimes you just had to accept the fact that you just missed out. So
Yeah.
I would rather wait a little longer knowing I can get it if I want it, rather than having to play the, quick draw mouse game or whatever, and then missing out or paying extremely high secondary value.
MC, you think it's outdated? Is there another way to do it, like with pre-ordering?
No, I think, like companies got to be profitable. So you don't want to get in a situation where you have, Lando Calrissian sitting on the shelf for 5 years, or those the Snake Eyes movie, G.I. Joes. I mean, you guys, I guarantee you guys probably still got them sitting in your Targets. The Snake Eyes movie. It's not like when we were kids when you go in the store and you can just kind of pick up a whole, remember like 80s and stuff like that. You can go in and grab a whole bunch of figures, and if your parents were nice, or at least look at them. It always seemed like there's a plentiful supply, but in the stores, it's far and few between anymore.
Yeah.
Because, excess stock, that costs companies money to, like big box, like Target, Walmart, things like that, to just have it sit on the shelves. And of course, Mezco is not going to sit on a warehouse full of stuff that didn't sell.
Yeah. I don't see them doing that at all. I when I start thinking about pre-ordering and companies, and I always like try to look at it from a year or maybe two back, because I'm pretty sure you guys remember. Obviously, not just including Mezco. Mezco, I believe it's way better now. You would slap a sticker on an exclusive, and one, it would have sold out, and then two, that just it's a chain reaction. People start complaining because they didn't have the opportunity to get it. I mean, from what I understand right now, I think that Shadow, I know it's an obscure character, and people are still trying to figure out, who he is, what it's all about, where's it going to go. But I think that that's still up. So is some of the other ones, right? Most of that stuff has been lasting, and so that's the point. Is I think it's gotten better, because I remember when you would try to order something and you were shit out of luck. Hasbro does a really great. It's like they almost seem to have a good formula where they'll put it up initially, right? And then sporadically over the next couple months, they kind of sprinkle it here and there. So it gets you traffic into their site, but it keeps you checking. But at least you still, you have a chance either with them pre-ordering or with some other re-release that they do later on.
Yeah.
So I think it's gotten better, but they're slowly improving it, I guess, internally. So it's good. Is there anything that you really, we already talked about light, but is there anything that you dislike about pre-ordering?
Got to be the wait for me. That's the only thing I can blame. I always tell the story about how I hate layaway. So
yeah,
like layaway.
I don't like when everything, like you kind of forget about something and then you just start getting boxes randomly showing up and you're like, and you guys know, and a lot of people don't know, but I'm notorious from pre-ordering from like 3 or 4 different places.
Yep.
And just the dice to see who sends it first. And hopefully I remember to cancel. So I'm like, shit, I got like Indiana Jones from Hasbro, Target, Amazon, all come at the same, like not this, just an example, of course, but it's like, now I have all this money hanging out there, and some places don't take back returns, or so.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
you're just covering your bases, but it's like you said, it's getting easier. You don't have to worry as much anymore, because it's almost like, remember you used to Walmart or Amazon? I mean, I heard Amazon did it with the Batmobile, but sometimes when you order from those places, you'll just get a cancellation letter. So
Are we going to talk about that in the garage? Because I have a story about that.
Personally.
Oh
yeah. We can talk about that in the garage. That's your segment. You need to do that. So, yeah. But you do bring up another good point. Is does pre-ordering, because everything's so far out or anything like that, does that make people less responsible with their collecting habits?
Mm-hmm.
You think so?
I think, like, especially places like Hasbro or BBT. I know BBTS has like a deposit on big ticket items, but I mean, I usually, like Mezco, I always pay in full on those. I use PayPal, but you just kind of forget, and the next thing you know, it's like having like you're extending your credit. Some people can get caught extending credit, so to speak. Like you get hit with all those pre-orders at once or whatever, and there goes your money. And then, unfortunately, some people, there's people out there that don't. I'm not saying I have a disposable income by no means, but people can get stuck, and I feel bad when you see people selling their collections off because they got to pay their power bill or they got to feed their kids. It's sad. I know they're making the right choice, but it's just, I don't like to see that.
I saw a bunch of those posts this week. Like somebody got their hours cut or a family emergency happened, and they're like, I got to get rid of this stuff. And some people, you can see it's legitimate, but some people, they're selling it. But some people, you're like, oh no, I've known that guy. He collects, and it sucks to see him losing his collection.
Right.
So, CC, do you do anything to kind of like keep things in check? Because I saw Dom said he has a spreadsheet. I think his spreadsheets for pre-order kind of gives him a little bit better idea. But do you have anything that keeps you like your collecting vision narrow? It keeps you financially.
Man,
you said the pile of loot.
Man, I really wish I did. I try to like focus the collection to where I only allow myself to do certain things, and but every time I do that, like they seem like they release something else, and I'm like, that's a must-have. Like the Indiana Jones thing, that's something I never saw coming. I was kind of down to just Mezco and the classifieds, and then along comes Indiana Jones, and I'm like, I'll just get these first few, and then now they see the next reveal. I'm like, wow, okay, I'm in for 7 more now, and they just keep on coming. And when all these great 80s and 90s toys are being re-released, I don't stand a chance. There's no sense of it at this point. I'm on for the ride.
You ever see those semis that have like 2 trailers attached to it? That's what's going to be rolling up to Cory's house here next month.
Man, I know. It's crazy.
Gotta make sure his wife's at work. Like,
it's crazy.
Can you go to the store?
Yeah, man. I can imagine. Like, I've seen some of those guys in their pile of loot, and sometimes I think it's like a flex or something like that. But I've seen some of those guys. They're like, "Yeah, I got my pile of loot stuff today," and I'm like, "Ooh, God!" I was like, "How'd you get that in the house, man? That's just sick." I know what you guys mean.
Small batches. I can tell you how that's done.
Small batches.
Small batches, yeah.
Some people have to wear makeup to cover up their black eyes from the girls.
That does help.
Well, I blame you two for the Indiana Jones thing. I didn't have any. I thought it was cool, it was kind of on the fence, but then you guys started showing your stuff, and I'm like, damn, these dudes. That's like Plasty. He did a video on.
Oh, he got you.
He got me good, bro. I was like, damn, man. I fell deep down that rabbit hole. I watched one of his reviews. I'm like, oh, yeah. I picked one up. I'm like, so, yeah, man. I can see how it just gets out of hand. So,
yeah.
But since we're on the topic of pre-ordering, so many people I've heard about that. Amazon canceled a lot of people's Batmobiles, but I did see, I think Entertainment Earth said that they had their stuff that they restocked there to win up. I've been missing Masters of the Universe. I skipped 3 waves. Yeah, see, that's one thing, man. It gets you, like, you miss a wave. It's almost like you get stuck in that pre-order loop that we're talking about because you didn't pre-order, so now you got to go aftermarket. Yeah. Shark figures from Fury Toys, the same company is doing, not the Ninjas. Yeah, I did. Yeah, Joey sent me a couple of those. Joe, yeah.
You guys look good too.
Mm-hmm. All right. So since we are talking about pre-ordering, had a little bit of a pre-order today. There's my title for that. The Shadow Prey Knows. But all right, so the Shadow. I know personally I'm on board with this. I love this character. I know a lot of people don't know about this character. I think we ran through it a couple times, but there is an old time radio classics, back when we didn't have TVs and everybody would listen to stories on the radio. This is one of the characters they had. He's had this vigilante type thing. I don't want to go too far into it because I'm actually making a Grub Report video on that.
The Grub Report.
I know it's been a while, right? Let note the time. What is it? 9:15. All right, we'll see. We make content for the rest of the world, and all of a sudden stuff starts happening. So let's see if we'll see a video on that. All right. So yeah, but I'm making a video for that, so that should be out maybe tomorrow. We'll see how it goes. Maybe Friday. I don't know. We'll see. But it'll explain some of this stuff, but not to go too deep into it. It is a character. Also, people probably know him from the Alec Baldwin movie. If you were able to go through that, some people say they really don't like that. But he is a gun-toting vigilante. And I'll save the rest of it for the report. Quick thoughts while I'm going through the pictures. Did you guys pick this up or no?
I haven't even had a chance to take a look at him yet.
Yeah, this is.
I was waiting for you to go through the pictures. I haven't had a chance.
Today, I was actually logging in the Mezco account, honestly.
Well, he is still up. I just checked.
Yeah.
So, dude, this figure to me is really cool for a number of reasons. There's still some, I guess you say, confusion about this part. They say the pulp cover style head is included in this, and I think one of them said that it's different shading or coloring. I was trying to look at it, but I didn't get a chance because there was a bunch of group stuff. But going through here, if you look at the head sculpts, it says the pulp cover style head is included. I'm wondering if that has to do with a comic reference. I don't know. I'll have to check and find
That
out.
means it's not pictured, right?
Well, they advertised it on here, right here. So I don't know if that has to do with the fact that, like I said, I didn't get a chance to go through the description there. I had a bunch of people pulling me in different directions, but I'll find out and I'll include it in the video. But you get this, Paul. This is cool. Again, I had a picture that included this, but all this obviously is a prototype being shown.
Is that a ring on his finger? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Yes, it is.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll talk about that in the video. It's actually really interesting. But there's a bunch of interesting stuff about this. But yeah, you noticed that. Very good. Yeah.
It's obviously single jointed elbows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, prototype. Don't know if you can do this, if this is Photoshopped, but it just gives you an idea. Somebody mentioned they were wondering about the body. I think, well, no, I mean, if you look at some of these pictures, you see the elbow joints, like there's the knee. We can't really see too much. Again, all this is assumption, but you do have it going up. He's doing this. And from the bodies that we've gotten previously, those have all had added range to them. I know the product description said 28, and usually if you throw the 28 in there, that lumps it in there with the with those bodies that have like the greater than 90, but they don't go all the way. But that may just be, this was actually really cool. I can't wait to talk about that. I do have some information on this. That was actually, I know a lot of people think that this is just something really simple. And the information that I was told was they went through a couple of character designs with this. And they were going to do, I don't want to quote it on it. There was different versions of this, and this is the one that they went with, right? And they thought it would be the easiest one to do. But it turned out to be the most complex. So I know a lot of people will think that this is just a guy that's in a suit with an overcoat and a cape. There's more to it, trust me. and I guess we'll see at the end. But I like this figure because, to me, even if you don't know the character, I know we talked about it before, army building is expensive, but this is a pretty cool goon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You're going to get your hands, you get a lot of heads, you get this base.
The way that thing says bonus like that, it makes me think that there's a head that's going to be there that they're not showing.
Yeah, I'm wondering too.
Great.
I need
3 interchangeable heads,
Mm-hmm.
including a pulp cover style head.
Yeah, I was trying to look at the other page, but yep, you're right. I don't. And there's a space. I don't know. I wanted to look at the product description for the pulp. Oh, let's see here. Accessories.
That's what you sell CC on right there. You start showing those.
Mm-hmm.
So flies out. It just pops right out.
I saw it when he kind of he clicked too far. I'm like, wow, look at the accessories.
Yeah. Well, it may be because it says right here, because you guys see the same thing I do, right? You see 2. Mm-hmm. On the product description, it says 3 head portraits. So maybe this is a head that I don't know if they're counting the head that's actually on there right now, because it looks like this one. And maybe that's a spot, but the third head, maybe it is that pulp, and it's still a development. You never know. I'm wondering about, huh?
That's what I think. I think they haven't shown you what that third one's going to look like.
Yeah. Let's see here. I'm trying to look through.
Now I need to know what a pulp cover style.
I know. I have no idea what this means. I was hoping that
pulp cover. Where's the that's an old reference there.
Yeah, and this is a good point too. Somebody I didn't show you guys this, but I had a friend message me today, and he was pretty colorful about his terminology, but he's like, they won't let you use points, and I was like, yeah, they do. They let you use points because it was an exclusive, and so he's like, no, they don't, and we talked about it for a second, and he goes, oh man, I signed in as a guest, and I go, oh yeah, you don't get that stuff, and he goes, and so we signed in on his account, and I showed another friend of mine too. I was like, yeah, I used most of my points. I think I used $70 to buy this today. $70 or more points. So this is an exclusive. Obviously, it's a license, but it's not their own IP. And they've done that before in the past. But you could use your points on this. So there's some more incentive for you, CC.
I'll tell you.
He's on there right now trying to get it, right?
I'm trying to find out what a pulp cover is. What I'm trying to find out.
I didn't mention your name. I kept it secret, sir. He messaged me. That was me. And I'm like, nah. Well, here, let's sell you a little bit more. How about some accessories?
Oh,
there you go, buddy.
Oh, Lordy. All
right, so Tommy gun we've seen before. Pistols we've seen before. Blast effects, man, we've seen that before. These other blast effects.
I had bad luck with the Tommy guns.
Yeah, you got to be careful with that.
I can't get that barrel to stay in there at all. The drum. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've lost a couple of those already.
Yeah. Hey, you got your Ricochet. You got your Crystal Ball.
That looks amazing.
Yeah, we've seen that with so many other figures, though.
I know.
It's Devil's Whisper effect.
Yes, yeah.
That goes good with Gangrene Estates. Like I get Haunted Mansion vibes with that. Madame
I think he stole that from the Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm. No spoilers. I can see it yet. Come on.
No, not today's Mandalorian. I haven't seen that one yet.
Okay,
you guys have. Let me tell you this one thing.
No, don't do it. Don't do it.
I don't do that. I had to.
Yeah, thank God. I want to enjoy that. So what else? Two-way radio. Dude, I like this because not only it's unique, it's a period piece, of course, but usually with these accessories, man, they put a lot of detailing into it.
I get those old hologram vibes off of that. Like what were those figures that had like the hologram on the chest? You remember those?
Visionaries.
Yes.
Yeah.
God, that would be amazing if they did that.
Yeah,
that could work well with Atticus Doom.
Yeah, and a lot of people are saying that too. Like when I see this, and we talked about this before many times too, but I look kind of past this. Oh, this is this character. It's not going to work with me. There's other things that I feel like you can use this for. Goons for your Golden Age Batman. Again, I know it's expensive, but even if you had one and you just wanted a goon, I think it'll work because you take this off. You could take this head off, and you could slap any of the other heads that are from there, or Marvel Legends head, or WWE head, whatever you want to do. This cape, I think, doesn't come off, and that trench coat. And so I'm really interested in seeing what exactly is under his trench coat. Nothing perverted.
Who are you now? Who are you now? Looks fantastic.
It is. I'm interested in seeing also the layering because he does have quite a bit of clothes on, and we all know how like sometimes with that, I'm wondering. I can't see, but if he had something underneath there, but
I think of some of those accessories would go good with the Owlman's altar. You put that crystal ball on there, that radio. I mean, there's so much. God, this is good stuff.
Yeah. And I'm not like I'm looking more at the design of the suit. I know it's going to change and the materials might change too, but I'm just wondering because like the thickness of all of this, you have multiple layers, and they've gotten a lot better. Like Constantine, they've got before. I think that was something that it was a little bit harder for people to accept because you have all these layers on the figure, and it kind of impedes the articulation. But they've gotten a lot better, so I'm interested in seeing how they handle this one. So
I'm impressed with that typewriter accessory right there. Is that like from the original comic? Like, did they really predict the web that accurately?
FaceTime right there.
Right. Yeah. How impressive is that?
I like to get the scale too. No, I'm gonna get the scale of justice. So like Dick Tracy, back in the day, most of that stuff was high tech as well. Like a talking. You think about it now, an Apple Watch, but back then, a transistor radio watch, that was high technology. So, what was the other thing? We've seen this too. The gun harness. Yeah. So yeah, that was our pre-order for day. What was it? $112. Huh?
How much is he?
$112. He's projected to come out this year, October, December timeframe. I'm sorry, I didn't hear. What's it?
He costs $112. That's the price. $112.
I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
Because I thought it was a funny joke because it was an exclusive, and I go, oh, they stuck with their 112 format. Yep, wow. $112, 6 per person.
So what that set you back?
I bought no. I bought 3. I did. I bought 3. But again, remember, I used my points. So I think it came out to like $80 in rewards points.
Gotta be honest with you, Paige. I'm not sure if 3 is going to get you through.
Yeah.
I thought about going back.
You might as well buy a couple more.
Available.
Yeah, I did do the justification. Like, I saved this much money. That means I can spend it more.
I heard if you place multiple orders, it increases your odds of getting it sooner.
Is that true?
Yeah, I called Kevin.
Right? It's got to be. It's like lottery tickets, right? Your chances are better if you buy 3 instead of 1, right?
Did Kevin tell you that?
Hey, Kevin, you got a minute?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So quick round table. CC's still on. He's still in the decision mode. I picked up one. MC, did you get one or no?
I have it pulled up to pull the trigger.
Do it. I get commission every time you buy one.
Yeah. I put Paige in the notes.
Disclaimer: I do not get paid for that. Let's see here. All right, so we'll take this down. We'll get some comments going here because I'm interested in seeing what people thought about this because, like I said, it's not a well-known character, and most people's frame of reference is probably going to be the Alec Baldwin, and it would really stink if people said, "Oh, I'm not going to buy it because I didn't like the movie." What is this? I'll probably regret it when everyone starts getting theirs. Yeah, yeah. I kind of hope that we're able to remove the hat. Yeah, I am too. I'm wondering about that hat because I didn't see.
It said it's attached to the figure. In the product description, like says they're like stuck on the heads.
Oh, yeah, well, you know.
Maybe the pulp one won't have one.
I wonder, since he has that head, you take off that cape. I mean, do you have let's shoot some ideas real quick. What you could use this for? I already said like gangsters and stuff like that, but maybe if you took the head off and you put like a Bruce Wayne head, you got like, and you take the cape off, you got like this distinguished Bruce Wayne figure.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's another one.
I gaslight Bruce Wayne. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, maybe with the overcoat. That's one if the overcoat comes off. But I mean, even if you kept the coat on and you just put his head on there, you'll have a decked out Bruce Wayne, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you guys get anything else from this or not?
Did what? I'm sorry.
Do you guys get anything like any other kind of ideas from this or?
I feel Grey Ghost vibes from the old Batman cartoon, the animated series. I know he's not great, but like kind of similar look to him. Just need some of those steampunk glasses on him.
Yeah, and we have how many goggles for it?
One or two.
Yeah, I'm wondering who takes them. Like, I think because it's too dark. But oh, there you go. Look. So this looks like he probably has a suit on underneath.
Yeah.
So speculation zone. Maybe the overcoat comes off and he has like a thin suit underneath, like kind of like like I'm trying to think of a thin, not Casino Gomez, kind of like Agent or even the Death Brokers. They have multi-layered. Maybe if you use that material and then you have the thicker material over it, maybe so. All right, I think we beat this into the ground. I'm getting it 3 times.
There's still time.
Yeah, there is.
There's still time.
It's still up right now. And again, they're clocking the counter. So every time somebody buys one, I get negative 112 cents from it. Yeah, you can use points. Yeah, confirmed. Keep going back and forth with this one. Yeah, and see, there's a lot of interchangeability. I think it's cool. And one thing I thought was really cool about it is that they made it an exclusive because you get to see the swing of everything too. Like people were saying, I'm not getting any more exclusives from them. And then this comes out and everybody's kind of on the fence and they're like, oh, well, I guess I got to get it. I haven't seen it go up on Big Bad Toy Store yet. So I'm wondering because it seems like they have like a little bit of a kind of like a working relationship with it.
I'll send you an affiliate link.
So yeah. All right. Got that out the way. I'll gush more on this a little bit later, but it's gonna have the video will have a bunch of little fun facts where you get you all up to speed on who this character is. It's a very interesting backstory with this, depending on what area you go to.
Kyoto must be talking about Dr. Doom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tom said he passed. First time since Owlman. Yeah, that's going to be an interesting one too when that one comes out. What is it? I do want it because Batman is based on the Shadow. Yeah, they did a team up. There's a team up that they have. And also, me, of course, forward thinking. Depending on how deep they go with this, there's a run if you want to check it out. It's called the Masks, and they have the Shadow, they have the Green Hornet, and I keep thinking that because they're doing all these characters in this style and era, it's an easy transition for them to go to the Green Hornet.
Ooh.
Yeah, and so there is a comic that's based off of. I should have had it pulled up.
But, Green Hornet Kato 2-pack?
I keep thinking maybe if they did do that.
You can take the Kato head and put it on Gomez of Death.
Mm-hmm. But if they, so the Green Hornet, again, these are like period pieces. I don't know if a lot of people would really, know much about them. And so I think if you did put, I'm trying to find that book. I think if you did put it as a 2-pack, it makes it more attractive. There we go. I wish I had a better cover, but I can tell you the names of some of these guys. Let's do this really quick. But this will also give you a little bit of an idea of where they could probably go. I don't know if they're thinking in this, in this line, but what is it? Masks. Is that it? Dynamite?
I love the mask toys.
Is it up? Okay. Yeah, it is. So yeah. So there's this comic run. And
is that Jonah Hex?
So they got Kato, Green Hornet. I can't remember what this is, but this is Spider, another kind of like noir kind of character.
Is that not Zorro? It looks like Zorro.
Yeah, maybe.
It looks like Zorro.
Yeah. This will give you a better idea too, right?
Oh man, give me a Zorro toy too. I would take
that'd be great.
Cool. No, I didn't want it. Don't do it.
That would be a great set. Great set.
Yeah, well, or even building it, even kind of like world building it,
That would be awesome. Awesome.
So, and that goes to what he was talking about with, like, just crossover characters. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't. It's not just like limited to one vein if you think about it, but it allows you to kind of. There you go. So see, Shadow, Spider, Green Hornet, Kato, and Zorro.
You're not screen sharing anymore?
Oh, come on.
So I don't see. You're teasing again.
Oh,
that's usually MC.
Okay, that's why I have you guys here, to keep me on track, because I would have been talking and everybody was like, we don't see it. Now you do, right?
Yeah, it's loading.
There you go.
Definitely.
It is Zorro.
And that's another thing.
Who put this book out?
Oh, Dynamite.
Okay.
I'll send you some pages.
It's a short run, 1 of 8, huh?
Yeah.
Do they have it a trade? I wonder. I bet you they got a trade.
Oh yeah. I'll send you. Come on. The joys of screen sharing. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, I can't zoom in, but you can get the idea. It says view image page. You knew the internet? There you go. Zorro, Green Hornet, Kato, Spider, and of course, the Shadow. But see, you can go into this line. Potential. Then it also goes into like what we talk about, pre-ordering. Is this character, is it appealing enough for people to jump in to maybe possibly know that this is something that they could see on the horizon? This is just a team, but most of those characters like Dick Tracy, the Shadow, I know nobody's going to want it, but the Spirit, Green Hornet, those are all pretty much based around the same like design. They could change some of that stuff. I see stuff on the shadow that just mirrors Dick, not only Dick Tracy but the Green Hornet as well. With overcoat.
Mm-hmm.
You see, overcoat, scarf. You can put. I don't know if they go with this version, but I mean that's a possibility too. Maybe we can get an updated version. They don't go back so far. And dude, everybody would love Kato, even if it didn't look like Bruce Lee. Do you know what I mean? He has a mask anyway. That's a great failsafe. Did you push buy yet or not?
Me?
Either one of you guys. That means I suck as a salesman.
I'm definitely getting. I'll get one.
Yeah, I'm in. I'm hitting buy
Got
now.
me with the accessories. I'm a sucker for accessories. We talk about it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Sucker for accessories. That comic looks cool too.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's a good run, and it's got some. But anyway. So let's move on to our next subject, which is the perfect figure. One of you guys had this one. Whose topic is that? The perfect figure.
I think I threw that one in.
Take it away.
So this is like when we pitched this idea to you, like I thought this would be a really good interactive with everybody in the chat to partake in this more than us. I mean, so my question is, what makes the perfect figure for you guys out there? Is it accessories, CC? Is it articulation? Is it character or brand recognition? Is it the costume design? Like, tell me what you guys makes the perfect figure, please. Is it MCU? Is it straight comic line? Is it Rumble Society? I mean, there's so many different figures out there with so many different ideas, and all of our years of experience of collecting. I want to hear what you guys think.
I'll tell you what always suckers me in. If you give me something that tied into my childhood, so it's nostalgic, with a lot of accessories, and it's articulated, you might as well just take my wallet. Like I have no control at that point. You give me a figure or something that I kind of grew up with, or has roots into my childhood or growing up, or I'm not saying it has to be the exact same toy or anything, but just something based on that character or something. And then you give it the modern improvements. Oh, I'm done. There's just no turning around. I can't not have it. It's a killer to me. It's a killer. And that seems to be a recipe that a lot of these companies are following now. Ramen Toys and stuff like that. Like they've got the blueprint, and boy, oh boy, they're killing us.
I saw they were working on a Brave Star figure.
They got Brave.
Uh-oh.
Whoa.
You didn't hear that, Paige? You didn't know about that?
Hey, brother.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Yeah, I didn't.
They teased the head sculpt the other day. It looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Those Centurions, they just
Paige's wallet. We just threw them over again.
Oh God, man.
Yeah.
That brings like so many good memories, man.
Add to cart. Silverhawks, they did those figures. It looks great.
The mask, that gull wing that they're promoting right now.
Yeah.
Man, that gull wing, man.
Ooh, Plasty. Plasty's in the house now. Let's hear what Plasty wants in his.
Don't let him talk at all, because every time I do, I spend money. Dude. I was like, I kept telling him, I was like, damn you, bro.
Plasty's in your wallet looking at you. Come on.
Yeah. So Plasty, yeah, man. I love his reviews, man. So please go watch Plasty's videos. They are in Spanish, but he has some great visuals.
Leave your wallet at home when you watch it.
Yeah, be careful.
Be on a walk or something or somewhere.
Yeah.
So,
Plasty, sorry, I don't want to. I was going to Plasty. Plasty, what makes a perfect figure for you? Is it accessories, nostalgia? Is it brand recognition, character recognition? Fire away. What makes a must buy?
I think nostalgia's really big, but it goes into what we were talking about like tonight with the shadow. I'm wondering how far you can go back. It's a smart move because if you're looking like a demographic, guys that know about these characters, or even I know I said old time radio class. I wasn't in the 50s or anything like that, but I do a lot of history. You know, I love vintage stuff, and I it's a simpler time for me. That's why I like it. So that's why I know about a lot of that stuff. And but for people, how far do you go back? Because sometimes it might bite you in the butt, you know, because it makes the character too unrelatable. And we all know, like when Dick Tracy came out, people are like, "Who?" And so it's a very slippery slope, you know. But most of your demographic that you would be targeting, they have money, they're established. So so you may not have the quantity, but you'll definitely have quality. Those guys will spend money on that. I've seen guys with Dick Tracy rooms. I mean, you see that Warren Beatty video? So in order for him not to lose the license, he has to make some kind of appearance every so often. And so that's the reason why he did that video. Throws on the hat, throws on the fedora, and he gets to keep the license. It doesn't go in the public domain. But there were so many people watching that video of him just doing that. In the comments, oh man, I hope they make another one. But do you know what I mean? Like that demographic is still there. Those guys will spend that money for that stuff. So
I think G.I. Joe Classifieds is one of the greatest example of nostalgia hitting us in the wallet. Like how many people came out of I mean, remember when Classifieds came out? Like you couldn't find them. Like those troopers, the secondary market on a Cobra trooper.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Of course, if you remember, though, that kind of plays in what we talk about the pre-order. The classified line was getting very little public support in the beginning. Like everybody, you know, if it doesn't have O-rings, I'm not interested.
Yeah.
All this kind of stuff, blah, 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 blah. And then they came out, and then they're like, oh my God, you know, I got to have one. But, you know, like you said, the secondary market at first, they were crazy. That just goes to show you, like, you got to be careful what you say in these public forums. These folks are listening.
Yeah,
look at what Indiana Jones is doing to us right now.
You know what's cool about some of it? Like you can see it in groups like the Mythic Legions group, and especially when lines just first start, it's almost like, you know, your first day on the job, or it's like that first day in college. You're trying to be on your best behavior, and you're getting nothing but like pure excitement and pure energy out of it.
Yeah.
And that's why those things take off so quick, is because everybody's in there going, oh, everybody's excited about the line. So you're talking about it like, oh man, I hope they do short round and they do a mining cart. But you know, nobody's hit that point where they're like, oh, this sucks. You didn't do this. There's a couple of things, but most of it is excitement about the line, the potential where it's going to go. And so you're getting all of that, and you're getting all these great ideas, contrast to what you see in some more established, because there's all this frustration that's built up. You know, they're not listening to me. It's overpriced and everything else like that. And then there's that disconnect. That's why I keep saying it, man. Like collectors have a lot more influence and power than they think, but they just don't use it correctly. You could be getting some of these things that you want, but nobody wants to. They have to sift through so much stuff in order to get what you are complaining about. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In order to get the message, as opposed to, oh man, we would love to see this. We want this. We want this. We want this. Not we want this. It's more of like, we would love to have this. We want this. Yeah. It's a different tone. So do you think, along with what you said, like the perfect figure with like accessories and, you know, nostalgia and everything like that, do you think price, that's a factor with it as well? Or?
For me, no.
So you would spend.
So I would spend if You know, I like the Indiana Jones line that we got right now. But if Mezco came and unleashed fury on us and gave us those 5 figures all at once, I'd buy all 5 at the same time. I is it 5? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 5 figures. In a heartbeat, I would drop. I would buy the box set. No questions asked. So if it resonates well enough, like the character or something about it, yeah, definitely. The nostalgia hits right. You know, and I think like if they drop, God forbid, if they drop Star Wars and Mezco, where would you guys be? Like,
well, we got a preview of it with Maul, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it works. You could do it. I wish Mezco did a Commando.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You know what's hard with some of those is just the fact with when you start getting into those characters like likeness rights, the licenses for that stuff. I mean, that's why I was pointing out Kato. I don't know how it goes like with the Crow. Do you know it was Brandon Lee? He's deceased, so obviously his family has, they're in charge of all of that. His likeness rights that carries over. I'm pretty sure to them, right? Just like anybody that's passed away, they do those kinds of deals, like Frazetta.
Yeah.
There's the Frazetta girls. There's son, and then there's other people that have different parts of it, but they all have like this creative control over it.
Mm-hmm.
So I wondered how they would do something like that with like Bruce Lee or anything. But that's the good thing about that character. He has a mask, and
NECA, was it NECA that released a Bruce Lee? Did someone do an Enter the Dragon or
yeah,
something? I can't remember.
They've done like one where he has his shirt off, and and I've seen the yellow suit one before too. I'm not saying it can't be done. I just mean as far as like you're paying those rights for the likeness or however what you would spend trying to get him actually looking like that, as opposed to Kato. I know everybody knows Bruce Lee played that character, just like Warren Beatty played Dick Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't use his likeness, but the character is there. It's the same thing with Kato. Everybody knows that, most people know that that's Bruce Lee, but if you just made him Bruce Lee like, you're paying for the license for the character. You're not paying for the likeness rights for Bruce Lee, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Bruce Leroy.
I'd be all over that, man. If they
Dude,
Bruce Leroy,
that's a day one buy if we got Bruce Leroy.
And Shonuff, he passed away too. The actor that played him.
It's Shonuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I would buy him in a heartbeat. Oh boy.
But someone said in the chat, I can't remember who it was. Pro-Ham, nostalgia is a hell of a drug. I mean, we're like fiending for that. Like, let me see them Indiana Jones. Where's the Temple of Doom line?
Right. Right.
Yeah. I'm multitasking here. So, what else do we have? So, all right. So we talked about the perfect figure. Let's move on to. We can just say the garage. You guys brought up this as a very, very interesting topic point about how, and we've talked about it a little bit before, but how we're getting all these vehicles, right?
Cory, you safe to talk about this right now?
Yeah, the house is empty. The house is empty. The coast is clear.
Got to put that refrigerator together at some point, dude.
Right.
Mm-hmm. So what do you got with the garage? What are your thoughts about this?
I thought obviously we're getting a lot of these 112 vehicles like Thunder Tank, the Ramen Racer, the Batmobile that people have had some issues with. Like space or money, those two things are finite in everybody's life at some point. So what is enough? Like what's your breaking point? Like, are you guys in on 112 vehicles? Are you going to be very selective? I mean, the Hiss tank, Paige has got an armada of tanks going through, like Operation Desert Storm. But I mean, that's a big chunk of real estate in your house that these vehicles take up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But man, they make for great pictures. great displays. So,
CC, what do you think about? Because you're the one with the most experience on this, because you're Operation CC.
Yeah, you know what I've noticed, like when you start dealing with like large stuff like that, like space becomes a premium, and so you almost have to like let some things go in order to make room for others. You know, like we were talking about the vintage GI Joe stuff. You know, I had that flag and everything in the basement, and it got to the point where it was just taking up so much room that I had to kind of let things go to make room for new things. Because it's either that or you stop buying. We know that's not going to happen, right? That's not even an option. I can't just stop. So you got to kind of, you know, get a nice rotation going, because that stuff does take up a lot of space. A lot of space.
How do you, like, to expand on that a little bit? Sorry, but how was it, like, saying, because you know, you and I, when we did lives back in the day, like, I saw that whole, all those maulers behind you, and how did that feel to let that stuff go? I mean, that's a part of our youth right there. So
yeah, man. You know what's funny is like, well, obviously the flag, there was only one of those, so I had to let it go. But like a lot of that stuff, I was kind of army building vehicles, so I kept like one of each. So I still have them, and I'm still able to enjoy those. I couldn't let them all go, but I was able to still keep like one of each vehicle that meant a lot to me. So, you know, the Sky Striker, the Mauler, that kind of stuff. I still got one of each of those. But, you know, it freed up a lot of space for more stuff, which is great. And I suppose that's what I end up doing, is you got to fill that hole with something else. so you go out and you buy more figures, you know, and you keep it growing. But that's really the only way to do it, man. That's, you know, like, stuff moves out, so more stuff can move in. But it's always something fresh down there. Those are hard to like.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's true. I'm trying not to laugh. Yeah, like, because I you know, we talked. I don't know how much you want to share, but, you know, I know you got rid of some stuff at once, and just, I mean, probably watching somebody haul out your stuff trip after trip. I don't know if you had to help them or if that was part of the deal. You can carry it out. I'm not helping you, but that, I don't know. To me, that kind of hurt when I was a kid. When I remember, actually, I was in the military, and my mom got rid of all my stuff in a garage sale. You know, classic story. Your mom sells all your GI Joe toys, and I can't imagine watching that unfold in front of my eyes, though.
I didn't watch it. That I didn't do. I didn't watch it. I know it took him 3 carloads to get all that stuff out of there. I did not watch it. I just let him have at it. You know, I trusted. I knew the guy ahead of time, so, you know, I wasn't worried about him taking more than what he should have. So, you know, I just let him have at it. But I don't think I could have watched him take it all. Like I said, I put a lot of time and love into building that collection. So.
Drops a tank, grabs it, drops it in the box.
Man, right? It would have been killer. Killer. I love the Joes. Like I said, I kept a lot of the figures that had sentimental value, so I still feel pretty good about it. The stuff that I still have.
Good. Paige, what do you think about vehicles? I know you got
Paige is all there.
Man, I got them shoved everywhere. It's like a New York. It's like a New York parking spot. You know how you see them, and they like got cars just like
triple
on
parked.
top. I love vehicles, man, but like you said, that it starts taking up double or triple the real estate, and it's one of those things, like with collectors. You know how we all say we want something, and then we get it, and then the reality sets in. And I got a really good taste of that with the Sentinel and Galactus. You get that stuff in, you're like, this is huge. What am I going to do with this? Where am I going to put it? And then you start, like you said, just piling these other vehicles on. And it's kind of hard. I you know how when you see people's wish list with G.I. Joe, and they go, oh, man, make the Sky Striker. Make the flag. You're like, no, dude, you don't want that. You don't want that scale. And where are you going to put it? And, well, like with you, MC, with your, you got the Razor Crest, right?
Yeah, I got Razor Crest and the Millennium Falcon and Slave One all lined up right now on a shelf.
And so how, you know, so it's taking up a lot of space. And are you looking at, like, how much playtime do you really get with it? Like, because they're so big, and
I'll mess around with it every now and then. Like Sawyer goes on these tangents where he's like, get it all out, you know. So I, of course, you know, because it's on a shelf that's it's like 4.5 feet high off the ground, so he can't lift it. You know, I mean, obviously it's the Galaxy's Edge Millennium Falcon, so it's like the big one, the recreation of it's the big one. And the Razor Crest obviously is really big, so like I got to lift him down, like drag it out, put it in the middle of the floor for him, you know, like in his playroom or where, you know, it's like, or blow everything off the kitchen table for him so he can have room to play with his stuff. But you know, he goes on these kicks with it, and I don't want to get rid of it. I don't want to do him like my mom did me, you know, like I know when he gets older, he's going to want it. And if he wants to sell it when he gets older, that's his choice. But it does take up a lot of real estate. And I've been buying some vehicles lately too. Like the Ramen Racer I bought. I have the Soap Studios Batmobile that's sitting in the closet because it's so big.
Yeah.
And the Amazon Batmobile, mine, I didn't get canceled. I had to approve a delay, but I ordered a second one on GameStop just in case for 89 Batman. The guy that least likes 89 Batman in this group ordered it. Two of them.
but it's gonna be good, man.
Yeah, the second vehicle, like if I get them both in, well, I know I'll get them both in because I paid. I'll probably hook somebody up in a giveaway or something, one of these, if I get both of them. So.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just going through the chat really quick and making sure. So, all right, I got most of the stuff here. I got Philip the Fool. All right. Yeah, so pretty much. All right, so are we close that topic out? Are we good on that one? With the garage?
Expensive topic. Close the garage door, Cory.
Yeah, please do. Yeah. Please do.
You need it.
Let's hope the HasLab is not the ghost. Let's hope.
Oh yeah, that's
that HasLab is not the ghost from Rebels. I am done for if that's.
I mean, the writing's on the wall with what's coming with the Ahsoka series and all these little teases that we've had. I think you better get your wallet out and be ready for the ghost.
Yeah, I can see why 3 3/4 is a little bit more popular. It's manageable. It's, you know, but I wouldn't mind if companies just kind of take that small to mid range approach. Motorcycles, you know, like everybody G.I. Joe. I don't think it's feasible. I mean, look at the Star Wars with the TIE Fighter. God, I have to put that thing in my garage.
You have the 112, the Black Series TIE Fighter?
Yeah, I disassembled it. I took the wings off, and that's the only way I could store it. And so it's cool to have like these huge vehicles, but I'll be honest with you, I think I've messed around with it a few times. I never took a picture of it because it's just so massive. And so I think the small to mid-range vehicles are the best. Like with Joe's, I don't think you should be making a Rattler or Sky Striker.
Or that,
you know,
the X-Wing.
Yeah, I think the His Tank is a nice thing for them. I'm trying to think of. I think that buggy. I can't forget. I forgot the name of it. Buggies, the motorcycle, Trouble Bubble. Those are cool because it's still manageable. But I don't know. And plus, it's price range too. I mean, if you make, it would be really cool to have a Sky Striker, but where would you put it, and how much is it going to cost? Because we've seen before from HasLab's, price is a huge thing, especially for collectors that are invested in a line that's supposed to be a lower price point, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if people would really have Mezco. Like, let's say Mezco did that Doc Nocturnal, not the plane, you know, a Hazard Squad. Yeah, I don't even know if that, because like it depends on materials and how much you put into it. But like something smaller, like let's say like a Hazard Squad Commander motorcycle, that kind of has something specialized. I think Mezco collectors would do that. But I know people keep talking about this Batmobile and everything like that. But you've seen what do we call it? The silent, no, the vocal minority about how it's always priced out and everything's too expensive. I mean, our Mezco collector is going to be a little bit easier decision making wise to invest in like a Batmobile. I just wonder, especially with some of the history of vehicles like from HasLab, everybody came out of the woodwork.
You think the Wave Rider was kind of like their first attempt at testing those waters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. You know, because you got something that you can display your figure on even more, you know, and it like adds to the ambiance.
They do it. They've done it, but it's mainly been in combination, like with a figure. Like they did Judge Dredd and they did this.
Yeah, Ghost Rider. Yeah.
Yeah, they do it, but it's, and I think it's a different collecting group. Do you know what I mean? Mezco collectors traditionally they have more disposable income. I mean, because they're buying a premium line, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's different when you start talking about Joe and Marvel Legends collectors. Well, I mean, yeah, because they're used to a certain price point. When you start straying out of that, that's when it is like for me when they announced that Spirits of Vengeance, you know, some guy get on to me. He's like, "Oh no, you're supporting it, and you're just in reinforcing, you know, their pricing model and everything." And I'm already thinking like, you know, past that. I'm like, if you don't understand that inflation happens every year. And this was what, a year ago, 2 years ago? I was like, they're going to start pricing figures higher. No, they're not. Okay.
Wrong.
They're going to start putting sets out. I even told them, I wish I have a screenshot of it. Because I was like, I'm going to bring this back to this dude next year. But he was like, I was like, they're going to start reusing stuff like they have before, but they're going to start separating these BAFs. Now I'm telling him all this stuff. He's like, no, they're not. No, they're not. I'm like, you're not thinking about this totally. They're a company. They got to make money, and it's a bad period of time for everybody. And all they're trying to do is make money to continue producing the figures that you want. But it's a different kind of collector in those things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right. We're in that topic. You want to do the last one? You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, full transparency, and I know it'll probably happen right now. I'll get a message from this person. Really quick. Let me go through the chat just to make sure. Swamp Monster. I've never heard of that. This is a great idea. That little buggy, I've seen people 3D print that. You know, some customizers in the group, and they made it. That little Pink Skulls buggy would be cool. Well, it's just a little buggy. It has wheels. The Pink Skulls, when they were in the, it was in a stop motion video. What is this? Almost deciding different packages, clothing, accessories, more affordable price to bring in new collectors and boost company's view in the toy company. I know we talked about before. Maybe Ghost, you could talk about what would be your affordable, or what would be the range that you would consider affordable pricing, like for figures or for these soft good packs that you were mentioning. I you know what I look at sometimes? I look at pricing like maybe with everything in the line. You know how like they'll put out a soft good pack and it'll be like $50 or something like that. And then you'll see it doesn't last long because they don't do a run on it. And then it goes in the group and people charge $75 or $100 and people buy it. And so I always wondered about like that. Well, it happens with figures. Everybody says it's too expensive, but then everybody will buy it on the aftermarket. And
it's funny. You know, they'll complain about Mezco's retail pricing, and then people will sell the stuff that came in the box for free. You know, and people will buy, you know, the tchotchkes. It's so crazy the way people look at things, you know.
Always available and save the hype beast. This hype beast ass company. Yeah.
Jack-
I don't
No.
know if it's hype. I think like with anything, it's just promotion. I mean, I don't know. I always wonder about that too. Like when people say hype, is it them or is it the collectors that are hyping it up? You know, sometimes it's sometimes it's
FOMO.
sometimes I think yeah, I think a lot of it is collectors that do it to themselves because most of it's like the shadow or this is a good example of it. So like let's say and I even did this experiment. So like they have a figure that comes out, right? And it's kind of around the same line or same price point, same concept or character, right? And they sell it and then it doesn't sell out real quick. And everybody says, "Oh, well, that must be a flop." But then when they put a sticker on, exclusive sticker on it, and it would sell out really quickly, even though the character concept is still the same, FOMO, like you said, FOMO kicks in and everybody's like, "Oh, I want that." And then that's where it gets into the collector's part of it, making it like a hype piece where it's like he says, well, things get blown out of proportion because now it's desired. And the
Mhm.
company that put it out just priced it at that. The aftermarket pricing is what the collectors do to it.
Yeah.
And now the demand has gone up because, oh, well, this must be worth some money or everybody wants it now.
Yeah.
When it was originally posted by the company.
You figure that first Conan still hasn't really dipped below $200 on the secondary market.
Same with Death Dealer. Death Dealer's still way through the roof. So
Yeah.
someone 300 the other day, 295, something like that, 280. I can't remember. But
I get what he's saying, and like we were just talking about before, I do. This is a premium line. I've said it many times before, and you don't want to like segregate your customer base, or say you guys stay over there. It's not. I don't think they're trying to do that. I think they're basing it off of like how much they invest in it as far as like product development wise and materials and everything else like that, and they want to make a profit to acquire licenses and do other things. And so your price point is at a certain number, right? You're trying to make revenue, but I think they do try to like price it as well as you can. I and I don't want to sound like I'm dogging on collectors, but I think a lot of the after effect is stuff that we do to ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Like marking stuff up or something. It's not, I'm not calling anybody out, but for the amount of people that said that they didn't like this Batman '89 figure, I look at data, and all I saw for 3 years was, and I promise I won't get drunk on it, but like all I saw was people say they didn't want this figure, it sucked, and then all of a sudden everybody magically has it in hand, right?
Yeah.
And there are some legitimate people saying that they're having problems with their figures or they just don't like the figure or the character, right?
Yeah.
So when somebody says they weren't getting it for a certain reason, but all of a sudden they magically have it, and then they say it's not for them, but then they say, you know what, I don't want this figure, but I'm going to sell it. But then you sell it for, two, possibly 2/3 of what it was going for retail. And I think that just falls into the whole point of like collectors doing it to themselves. Because if the figure sucked, wouldn't you just want to just get rid of it? What do you?
Right. Right.
Bad tangent, I guess. Let's see here. I have complained, tweeted, harassed Mez for the crow. I don't know if harassing is a good thing to do. Those Rangers that Ultraman Mez is listening, even if he doesn't make public statements. I think that's a misconception. I don't think companies look at message boards and go, we're catching a lot of flack. We need to fix this or kick it in high gear. I don't even think they look at the post, to be honest with you. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's a misconception in the community. If we harass them enough, they'll change it. Like somebody made that example about the windowless packaging. You remember, like somebody said, because Hasbro's changing, going back to the window packaging now, and they said, see, we complained enough, so they're going to change it. We talked about this last week. You remember, like I was like, no, they didn't do it because of that. They did it because they were getting a bunch of returns, and they're taking a hit. And people just wanting their money back because everybody's doing swaps. You know what I mean? I don't think it has to do with the fact that people were complaining and it made a change. I don't know. I just don't see like companies looking at message boards all day going, we gotta change this. They don't like this at all. No.
I don't know, man. I think I seem to feel like they look for useful information. I think when people get on and they just rant, I think it just kind of gets considered white noise, and you kind of get dismissed when you don't know how to to really phrase or your argument or your complaint. I think it just gets tossed aside. Mm-hmm. But with some of the changes that we've seen in some of these companies, you can tell that they're addressing issues that people have talked about. And a lot of times it all comes down to, when you're constructive about your criticism and things like that, I think they listen to that stuff. You know what I mean? Like when you put up, they say, hey, this would be good for this reason. Mm-hmm. I think they can look at those and be like, you know what? They have a point. When you just say, hey, Mezco's trash, that comment just immediately gets put into the, exclude or, pile. Yeah. I don't think they listen to that stuff at all. Like nobody wants to listen to that stuff. When you just get on there and just rant and rave about things, I think you get discredited pretty quickly. But
especially if you don't have any substance behind your argument, like
absolutely.
Why is it trash? Well, it just is. Yeah. Well, I don't like that we don't have. Paige brought up that point long before. With double jointed elbows on Death Dealer out of nowhere, and then everybody wanted it. So
yeah.
Yeah, you summed up what I was trying to say very well. Yeah, I just don't see them looking at it, sifting through a bunch of information that's not productive. I don't see them do that. That's why I'm saying like collectors have more influence and power than they realize. Because can you imagine if you did get in some of these chats and you said, these figures were priced at a certain amount. I know you can't long-wind it, but can you please look into lowering the price? You know? And if you had 50 people saying that, not saying other things like it sucks, I hate this, you guys are, all this other stuff.
Yeah.
I think that would grab more attention. Like somebody who's reading through those comments and go like, man, they're really harping on this price. Because you get turned off.
Yeah.
They use that example, like when you come home and your significant other just starts griping at you. You didn't take out the trash. You didn't do the dishes. You didn't wash the car after you spent 12, 16 hours a day at work. Is that something that you want to listen to when you come home? Are you even taking it in? No, you tune them out. But I guarantee you, you come in 16 hours and he or she had dinner waiting for you. Oh, baby, massage your neck, sit down, take your feet off, give you a foot rub. How's your day? And there's you're more receptive to whatever you need. Oh yeah, by the way, I'm gonna need this much money for shopping. But you're more receptive, right?
Absolutely.
So so it's just
yeah.
I wanna do this. I want to do this comment because I think it's important because it goes with what we've talked about, perfect. And I know one of you guys will probably say, or somebody else will say it too, but he mentioned he mentioned he said, for example, the Crow figure is almost perfect. And that goes into what we were talking about before with what's a perfect figure. And I do think it's subjective. Something that might bother one person may not bother another person. And I mean, and I'm not calling you out, and I'm not saying you're wrong, but do you guys feel that way about the body? Do you think that there's stuff that's wrong with it? Because I know some people say that they like the body and it fits them. It's the size and stuff like that.
I'd be real hard to find any issues with the Crow. I mean, maybe the pants, but they went with film accurate or screen accurate there. Like those pants are very, very fitted.
Right.
So you're a little hesitant to really do anything too dynamic with that thing. But let's be honest, the Crow didn't really do anything that dynamic in the movie either. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't doing any splits or anything like that. It wasn't Jean-Claude Van Damme up there. It was
Right.
everything's pretty basic. So that figure's really, really well done. He's got accessories. He's got a great head sculpt. He's nostalgic.
Yeah.
Highly articulated. He checks off all the boxes for me.
Yeah. And like, I'm not putting, like I said, I'm not putting the comment up there like say who's right or who's wrong. It's more to like show there's a difference. Like I know we talked about it. I don't know if there ever can be a perfect figure. I think it's just subjective to whoever the person is that's got the figure, because he feels like the body is too bulky. I didn't see it.
Body is bulky?
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like what somebody else might like or might think is perfect, somebody else is going to look at it and go, you know what? No, I think the body is too bulky. I think that I don't like the boots. Everybody's going to find something. So I don't know if there'll ever be like a perfect figure. I think it's just perfect for it suits the person, whoever is buying it. From all the stuff that we talked about, maybe it's nostalgia. Maybe that trumps all the other stuff that you look at a figure and you would say,
yeah,
I've wanted this figure for so long. It doesn't bother me that maybe he's not as thin as he looked in the movie, or he didn't come with this accessory. I've been waiting for this figure for so long. I think it's just different for different people. But that's what I mean. I don't think it'll be perfect because everybody has just different tastes. There's not ever going to be a figure that's perfect.
I have to go take a look at him now, man, because I don't remember him being bulky to me. He's pretty slim compared to the other Mezco figures for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he's as slim of a slim body as they've done, other than like some of the small figures like Doc Knock or somebody like that. I think he's on the smallest buck that they have for an adult.
Yeah. Sorry, we were talking about moonshining. He's kind of hopeless. I'll have to talk to you after the show, Moonshine. So please make sure you can go on Instagram and just go to the Toy Paige and do me a favor. Please send me a message, because what we're going to do here in a second won't make sense to you, but I'm going to make it right. So bear with me. Again, yeah. Right. Yeah, and definitely nostalgia plays a role. I do my own customs. Yeah, and that's another thing too. Like sometimes, like maybe a figure is not perfect, and so people will customize it to fit their own kind of specification. I just think it's just different for everybody. Thank you, sir. I'll explain it. All right, so let's do this really quick. So I have most of this right here. So this is funny because he's here, right? So Moonshine, I didn't hear from you, so I didn't know if you wanted the figure, or if it was like a one-time kind of like watch thing, and I didn't know how to contact you, so I should have been better at that. That's why I asked you to contact me on Instagram. So I talked to the person that who was giving the Batman 89, and we talked about it and discussed it. And since I didn't hear from Moonshine, he said, well, why don't we just do a giveaway for free? So this is an actual giveaway. There's your reward for watching all the way at the end. So I've kind of gathered some comments through the group. I only had so many slots, but let me screen share this. So I know we said in the last show that the the spin wheel was to be able to get a 89 Batman just for retail, because we've seen it going for so expensive. This spin is going to be for Batman 89 for free.
What's that?
Yes.
What?
I know, right?
Why are you giving away that trash? Sorry. It's a great figure. It really is, and I'm not a Batman 89 fan. I punished myself by watching those movies over the weekend.
He just bought all the vehicles.
Yeah. So, again, Moonshine, disregard what we're doing right now. We'll talk about it offline. Everybody that I have in this wheel. Now, the person that is giving this figure, they wanted to be named, not be named, renamed, or named. They wanted to remain anonymous. But this person is willing to give away a Batman 89 for free. We already talked about it. No. Yeah, Cory, get your figure right. I will say this. I do need
to cover $120 in shipping.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
Other than that, he's free.
Yeah. So, little disclaimer here. I'm not trying to put it on you, but do me a favor, and the figure is free. I don't know if he's talking about shipping or not. He may have you pay shipping, but what's that? $20? You'd be getting 100 and whatever dollar figure for $20. Let's work on that in a second. We'll figure that out once the winner is declared. But this spin right now will be for Batman 89.
Ooh. Ooh. You can feel the tension in the room.
I sent you a couple other names too, Paige, that you wanted me to.
Can you have it?
Messenger?
All right, let me look real quick and then I'll add them. Okay. Is it guys that you don't see right now?
1, 2.
I have people messaging me.
So I'll just say it. Steven and Mario.
Steven
and Mario.
All right. I'm going with Steven. You know who you are.
Mm-hmm. Mario.
Well, he had the one to die out.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's cool. We'll put him in there. Steven. All right. Steven. And who else?
Mario. Always a man with good words. Always positive.
I can't remember who that is. I don't remember if that's. Oh, that's. I know who that is. Okay. Anybody else? I had K. I think I put K in there. Yeah. All right. I'm just double looking away. Okay. I'm trying to remember. So you remember in the beginning, that's why I was asking who was here, doing all that stuff. And these are for the people that were in the stream, participating through most of the show. I wanted to reward those guys. So these are the ones I had. And then also, so I got Boba Fett, the Fool, Huskies, Toyz, and if I mispronounce your name or if I misspell your name, don't worry. You know who you are. I think this was Dan.
You spelled my name wrong.
No, you're not even on it, buddy.
Motherfucker.
Program, Rojo, KJ, Kyoto, Michael P, Love of the Game, Jay, Steven, and Mario. All right.
Oh, man.
Any last minute entries? Are we doing?
Let it ride.
Are we letting this ride?
Let it ride.
All right. I think I had. Oh yeah, I had Plasty on there, right?
Yeah, I think I did. His name isn't on there. Plasty. I mean,
the way he for the damage he did this week.
Yeah, he's the guy that causes you the most wallet pain. We should give him some props for that.
Yeah, he makes me spend money, and then he wants a figure out of it. That's a noble man.
Kyoto said he's on there twice as Kyoto and Dan.
Oh, thank you very much for being honest, sir. So Dan is Kyoto. So we'll take Dan off, and then we'll fill that slot with somebody else. Who we got?
Let me find
pick.
Jackson.
CC. Go ahead. CC didn't get in there. CC, who do you want in
there? Cory Burns.
Yeah, that Cory Burns guy is usually pretty positive.
Well, we're trying to get people that possibly didn't get it.
People that,
I'm trying to look through and see who it is.
A lot of good people in the chat tonight.
You kind of put
me
there.
Yeah. Most of the people that were really commenting, I have on here.
Yeah, I think you got, you know.
I'm on the twice. Got that. Good luck, folks. And Sal. Yeah, still Sal with me.
Sal's talking about Dr. Doom, so he's all right with me.
All right. So we'll put Sal in there. Okay. And if you are watching this video later, you missed out. Just kidding. I appreciate you guys too. All right, let's go because we're hitting the 2-hour mark. All right, so we got this. This is the wheel. Again, this is for a free Batman 89. Disclaimer, I don't know if he's going to say he wants shipping or not. We'll talk to him about that, but you wouldn't be paying for that. You get a free figure. But hopefully he'll just say, yeah, I'll send it to you. Okay? So,
shipped.
Yeah.
We put inside
Batman 89. Spin to win. Pay no attention to the retail and shipping part. All right, so here we go. Let's go.
Where did he get that wonderful wheel?
I went all out on this wheel. Do you see this? Sorry, bud. Thank you for being in here.
Yeah, good conversation tonight too.
Oh yeah, man. A lot of great time. Steven, apologies, buddy.
Another one of mine.
I have something very special planned for us in December, Blasty.
Oh.
Yep. I've been working on this for like the last month. I can't wait. This is going to be good. Boba.
Dropping like flies.
Pro ham. Wait a little bit. Pause for a dramatic effect. KJ. Oh, okay. Thank you for being honest, sir. Thank you for being honest. He's like, damn it, I should have just let him have Dan on there. Bruce Barber Beefcake impression.
Oh, not Robo. Another good.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're all good guys. Good people.
Yeah. Tom.
Oh, man.
He didn't need it. Oh, yeah, I think he did.
Yeah.
He said he was waiting for a big bad torso. Sometimes, like, all the names start running into it. Mario, sorry, but so right now we got Sal, we got Michael, Love of the Game, and Philip the Fool. Did I put? No, there's 2. Here we go. Final 4. Sorry, Philip.
That was a guy that hooked us up with the Darth Maul info.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's why he lasted. Love of the Game.
Damn.
Cool.
All right.
So CC knows how to pick winners, it looks like.
He does. Yeah. Fine. All right, so last spin for the win. Sal, Salvador, and Michael P.
Sal, if you want, I'll be sending you my PayPal address.
I forgot the L, but he knows who he is. All right, here we go. Ready? No whammies. Ooh, the tension is building. Michael P.
Winner. Chicken
Michael
dinner.
P. Congratulations, Michael. You won.
Michael P. Keaton won. Michael P.
Screenshot that. All right. And I swear to God, if I see you in the group selling this, just kidding.
Yeah. So take it to one of those off the wall Mezco Canada groups or something to sell it.
Yeah, don't be that guy, man. Just accept the gift. So, okay. So, Michael P., do me a favor. At the Toy Paige on Instagram. Do me a favor, send me a message real quick and we'll work that out. Also, Moonshine, do me a favor, send me a message. We will work something out with that too as well, okay? Because I know, but I need your information, that way I can get all this stuff kind of straightened out. And that's it. I appreciate everybody that joined in the chat. Great conversation. I really appreciate you guys jumping in there and excuse me, commenting, bringing a lot of good energy. Got a good conversation too, especially this guy right here, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Hold on a second. Let's get rid of this. Of course. But yeah. Highlight you guys in pick. Yeah, buddy. Appreciate your conversation, man. You got some really good points in there, man. And everybody else too. Appreciate you guys too. And of course, thank you to you guys, the two Corys. You want to close this out? You guys got anything?
Remember to help us control the pet population. Have your paid away.
That's funny. That was awesome.
You know who said that? You know who said it?
Yeah, that's Bob Barker, man.
Yeah. That little Mike, you remember that? He was like,
yeah.
Yeah, like so tiny.
MC, you got anything? Close this out?
I mean, that's a tough act to follow. We'll be back in 2-2.
Oh, I remember that one too. We're dating ourselves right here. Yeah.
Famous game show sign-offs. It's on you, Paige. One more. We need a game show sign-off.
It's not a game show one. I'll give you one already. Let me hit the end broadcast. Thanks for coming out. God bless. Good night.